All right, everybody. Good afternoon. This is JWadecrypto at Crypto World. With us today, we have Crypto Sherpa. He's taking the place of Bitcoin Ben today. Bitcoin's at a conference, so we had to find the next closest, or the best next closest replacement, right? So you beat out you beat out Natalie Brunell and Pompliano and all those folks.
Oh, I couldn't I beat those guys. Dang.
Yeah, but thanks for joining me today. It's one of these days that are just the weather's nice over here. You're out in California, right?
Yes, I am. Southern California. It's actually a windy day today. Nice day, just windy. So
Yeah. Well, over here it's 85 degrees, so it's funny how the temperature changes as soon as you leave. I don't know what's going on. You were here for a month. You couldn't
it
get
was. Oh
any warm weather, and now it's like California weather.
yeah. I know, but I'm glad I was there during those times. Like I don't get snow out here. It's always just sunny and perfect. So it's like, okay, you know what? I like the change.
Yeah, yeah. We feel bad for you on the sunny and perfect part. But yeah, man. So is there anything? I know that I got some news this week that's been happening with crypto world, some exciting things. But anything with you in California? Any news that we should know about?
Nothing new so far. I just went to my first Bitcoin conference down here. Like they had an OC one at some bar. I was invited from by some people I met in Texas, and they were like going, "Hey, come check this out." I was like, "Okay, it's pretty nice." Kind of felt like a Bitcoin maximalist group. It's like, "Hey, we're only talking about Bitcoin," but it was still nice meeting other like-minded people, just like crypto, like what it's doing. Met a cool guy who's actually an artist, been in the space since like 2011. He does like some like art pieces with like little hidden hints of a seed phrase in his artwork. So it's like a scavenger hunt with his pieces, and like there's one Bitcoin prize. So it's pretty cool. Some people that you meet in these groups.
Yeah, that's like I don't know if you remember like Ready Player One, that movie where you have to solve kind of all the clues to be able to find all the riches that he hid or something like that. So pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think he got his idea from like that one. I think it was like in Colorado. Like some guy hid like a treasure chest, and he just left clues out there. And like after 8 years, the community just like followed the clues, was able to find it, and yeah.
Yeah, so it's a treasure hunt for one Bitcoin, huh?
hmm Not bad, and
How
yeah,
many
he
people? How many people did he have that did the treasure hunt?
I could not find any information yet of how many people actually have been doing it. Like, but he says out there, like I think he has like a couple pieces that comes out like every so often. So the hunt's not finished yet.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see the format and how he does that because that would be kind of cool to bring it, over here in the Midwest, and
Mhm.
also with crypto world. Maybe that's something that we can do.
Oh yeah, that actually would be. Oh yeah, this thing's called the Great Menard Treasure Hunt. So
The
yeah, if you want to
great.
look it up, it's stephenmenard.com.
Okay, great. I'll have to remember that. But yeah, man, what's going on in the crypto space? Have you been following the news?
I have like a lot of like CBDCs are coming up, but people gotta be aware that that's not crypto. That's just digital versions of the government money right now. But there's a lot of news like going, oh, Bahamas is going to allow you to pay crypto or pay your taxes with cryptos. But it's like, what if you read the article, it goes down and goes, no, 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 it's only going to be with our CBDC though.
Yeah,
But
that's the fear of the CBD is or CBDC. For those people that don't know what that is, it's basically a a digital dollar in their own, similar to what China did, right? Their Chinese digital yuan.
yep. But there's like over 120 countries out there already working on their CBDCs. This is just one country that's saying, no, yeah, pay your taxes with it.
Yeah, I've heard both the positives and also the negative of doing a, CBDC coin. The one negative is, and I don't know how they're created, but some are saying that similar to China's CBDC, the government can not only they can do things like they can track all the transaction, they
Yep.
can tax the transaction, they can take
hmm
away. So it's it's still a central authority that you have to trust, or else they can pretty much do what they want, take
Hmm.
your wealth away. So
It's
that's
like them it's like them getting in the game by like going. They just think people want like a digital coin. They don't care if it's Bitcoin. They just were like, hey, okay, we're gonna make our money digital, so you're gonna use it. That's what they think are like that. All the common person wants, like just something digital, not caring who's backed by it, who's protecting it. But they're going, no, use ours because it's backed by our government.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's. I mean, if you think about it, though, we're all using debit cards, right? We're
Yep.
all using Cash App, Venmo. That's all digital.
Yep.
Um, and so it's no different in a way from those because it is digital, but in the back end it's probably different as far as in having to track the transactions and going through the ledgers and stuff. So yeah, I mean I get it. I can see the benefit because especially with the US dollar,
Hmm.
80% of the world, I don't know if this has changed, but I think last year I was seeing a stat that 80% of the world wants access of the US dollar, but only like 5% of the world can get it. So if
Hmm.
you do a digital dollar where it's easily transferable and it's borderless, and the fees are really, really cheap compared to like Western Union or MoneyGrams, and it you can transmit it or transfer it from one end of the globe to another, right, in seconds.
Hmm.
I mean that could be something that could work to help strengthen the U.S. dollar. Um, one thing that we're seeing is a lot of countries, uh, because of what's happened in Russia, right?
Hmm.
It's a kind of interesting because the U.S. and the West, Europe and so forth, we have so much power that we can take away sovereign wealth from a country like Russia.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, the IMF actually came out with an article like a couple of days ago on like going over how Russia can evade the sanctions due to cryptos and how they're onboarding Africa, who's another like already been sanctioned out of the traditional system. So we're seeing signs of why Bitcoin is so powerful. Like it's freedom, it can't be touched. So it's like, okay, you're gonna kick us out of your traditional system. We're gonna go team up with all the rest of the guys that you kicked out and start using basically this new digital system out there that's ready to be used. And
yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's it's. I was having an argument with somebody about how the U.S. was able to do this to Russia, and I wasn't saying that what Russia was doing was a great thing or a bad thing or anything. I was just making a
No.
statement on
Yeah.
how much power the U.S. has, right? And
Hmm.
so I told him, I said, well, imagine if the roles were reversed and Russia was the country of power, and the whole world was using the ruble and not the U.S. dollar, and
Hmm.
Russia did what they did, invaded, um, you know, Ukraine, and all of a sudden the U.S. tried to help Ukrainians, and then Russia says, you know what? Because you're doing that, we're going to take away 300, $400 billion of your sovereign wealth, just like that.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
the lady I was talking to was like, well, that wouldn't be good. And I said, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Just because you have the power to be able to do this doesn't mean that you should be allowed to do that, right? So
Yep.
it's pretty interesting when people look at it from the other side, um, and that's where now other countries are looking at the situation, and they're saying, you know what, we don't want to be like Russia. We don't want to have our sovereign wealth taken away. Uh,
Yep.
so so what do we do? I mean, they can basically collect other uh, um, currencies. And
Hmm.
Israel, I saw, was doing this where instead of just holding the U.S. and the euro dollar, they were holding other foreign currencies like the Chinese yuan and some ruble and some other currencies. But the true real solution is really using Bitcoin because it's decentralized, it's
Hmm.
transparent, it's immutable, and it's trustless, right? So
Yep.
And also it's finite. There's only 21 million that can ever be created.
And 2 million to
So,
go. We
yeah,
passed that.
I think we surpassed just what 19 million bitcoins that were mined
It
last
was
week.
April 1st. I remember that because one of the articles was, "This is no joke. 2 million Bitcoin left to be mined."
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
2 more million and 120 years to go. So,
yep.
but yeah, it's definitely one of the things that this past week is uh, we had Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler come to our store.
I saw that.
So
Must have been pretty cool.
yeah, it was really cool. Like she had like two or three choices to go to in St. Louis, and she picked Crypto World as one of the places.
Nice.
And to have somebody that she's also running for U.S. Senate, so she is looking at the polls. She's favored to win that seat. So to have somebody, at least, she may not know, and she was honest with us. She doesn't know a lot about crypto. She doesn't know
Mhm.
much of mining and Bitcoin.
That's a
So
lot of people out there, but that's why we're here to educate them, and
yeah,
there's a place people can go to.
I respect the fact that she at least came here to let us know that, hey, I'm seeing these bills that are trying to get passed, and they're talking about crypto, and I just want to have a clearer understanding to the why aspect, which is important, right?
Hmm.
I respect the person that knows, um, what their what their failure is, or what their weaknesses are,
Hmm.
especially a politician,
Oh yeah.
being able to say that, and also to be able to go through the motions of asking for help. So that was pretty neat. So she was here for about an hour and a half, and we were educating her on on Bitcoin and blockchain technology, the why aspect, all about mining, and different things, right? So, but to have somebody like her in Congress representing our space, I think it's going to be good for us in the long run. And also with Taylor Burks is also favored to win his congressional seat. So if we have Taylor Burks and somebody like Vicky Hartzler that'll be in the Senate, I think crypto world having access to folks like them, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's good to have that. And it's nice seeing like politicians like coming to crypto world to actually learn about it. They're like going, "Hey, we hear you're the first brick and mortar store. Let's like teach me about this, or how can we use this technology to help us?" So it's
Yeah,
cool seeing that like it's
yeah,
coming back and
it,
everything.
it was it was I for me and the rest of my team, I know um, we are trying to educate folks that are in high school. And also we're trying to educate politicians, because the kids that are in high school, especially the seniors that are going to college or going to the workforce, they're going to be the future of this country. They're going to be,
Hmm.
the educators, the business owners, the politicians, the
Yep.
doctors one day. So for us to be able to reach kids like that, yeah, and get them intrigued, and get them to start asking the right questions, and for them to find, to ask the why, and then to try to understand. And so last week, what we did is we went to another high school,
Hmm.
and I videotaped the whole thing. So I'll probably release it um, probably on Monday. But
That's sweet.
we handed out ballet wallets, and you know what ballet wallets are. It's
Yep.
it's a cool,
Digital card, which has your seed phrase, great for gifting crypto with.
yeah, for anybody that's starting out. The ballet wallets are perfect because it's so simple to use. You can put your, I think with these wallets, you can put up to 140 different coins in them. So whether you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever coin, you can put it in the ballet wallet. It's very simple. It's a credit card size. I wish I had one here with me. I can show folks, but anyways, I basically had a bag full of ballet wallets, and what I ended up doing is, what I put increments of $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin in the Ballet wallets. And before I presented to the class, I told the kids, I said, hey, this is what I have. These are Ballet wallets. I explained to them what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that there is possibly $100 in one of these Ballet wallets.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, I think I had 15 Ballet wallets with me. I was going to ask 15 questions at the end of my presentation. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody that could answer the questions was going to get, a Ballet wallet with Bitcoin in it.
Mm-hmm. With like in like a bag where they had like reach in to like get it at random.
Yeah, well, I had a bag I mean, remembering back, I probably should have done that, but I just, I didn't know what was in there because I had done it earlier, right? So I
Yeah.
was basically asking questions, and then I was tossing them the Ballet wallets. I probably should have, I had them picked it out because I could have probably, hit a kid in the head if they weren't that athletic, right?
Yeah.
That would have been, insurance nightmare. Probably wouldn't get invited back to that high school.
Probably
But,
not.
but yeah, it was pretty cool experience. So what I liked about it is, when they were engaged, right, from the moment I said there's a potential for $100 worth of Bitcoin in these wallets, then now these kids are like, okay, they're focused, and
Oh yeah, their eyes probably
they
wind up like
started
crazy.
all of a sudden every word that I said, they basically started writing it down. And I almost had to tell them, like, you know what, this is not going to be a question, right? So you don't need to write this down, because they were writing things down like they were writing a book, right? So it's like, all right, guys, relax. But yeah, it was pretty cool, and for them to be able to not only get probably a wallet, a digital wallet, or a cold wallet, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
for the first time, but for them to go through the process of finding out, how much is in here. Is it $5? Is it 10, 20, 50,
Hmm.
$100? And then going through the whole process of, not only finding out what's in it, but the process of setting it up, how to convert it to fiat if they want to,
Hmm.
go to an ATM if they want to convert it to another coin, just so they would have to go through the process themselves instead of
Yeah.
me talking about it. So, but I ended up calling Bobby Lee, who is the founder of Ballet Wallets. Before I
Hmm.
did this, um, I was fortunate enough to meet him at in Las Vegas during Tone Vase's conference. I
Yep.
happened to sit next to him at Tone's poker tournament, and I ended up getting his information, and then I later sent him a message afterwards, letting him know what my plans were. And he ended up calling me back, and he said, "You know what? I will donate the Ballet wallets to you, because we have the foundation, right? So we have a
Hmm.
501c3
Yep.
foundation. Um, it's something for them. It gets their name out. It gets it in the hands of kids that are going to be the future leaders of this country.
Exactly. Hmm.
It's, tax deductible for them, so it's a write off donation.
Yeah.
So,
So it was a win-win for everybody.
basically, yeah, it was marketing for Ballet Wallet. And for me, I'm open to. We carry Ballet wallets here, but if there are other companies out there that want us to use their wallets just to get it out, I know right now we don't have much of a we don't have a ton of followers because we're so new. But the more we do this,
Hmm.
the more events that we do, I think we'll get there, right? And also, Ballet themselves um, and Bobby Lee, they have a ton of followers, so I'm sure we'll tag them to it, and their audience will see it. So it might be, who knows? It could go viral. Who knows? I know Miss Teen Crypto. That's all she does is she goes up to random folks in New York City and asks
Yep.
questions about crypto, and I think that from that she got close to 100,000 followers. So
I know she's doing pretty good for herself, and like how
yeah,
she started
yeah,
dating in high school, which is like crazy for her age,
yeah,
because like most kids like we're trying to teach them about it, but she was like already in it and like going, "Hey guys, like, do you know what Bitcoin is?"
right. So it's definitely if it goes well, I think we're gonna do it to more high schools, and
Hmm.
kind of just spread the word of what Crypto World is doing, how we're educating folks, how we're talking to politicians and getting for the first crypto bills introduced,
Hmm.
and so we'll see what the future holds. But yeah, man, when are you gonna come back and visit St. Louis?
Oh, again, once Divi explodes, which has potential still. That's my coin I like a lot, the Divi project. Lots of stuff going on in Dubai, but not just them. Oh, you're getting word all around the news about Dubai. Like they're like the next hub for cryptos. You have like Binance, who else? FTX, like all trying to get licensing deal out there.
Yeah,
But
why
probably
Dubai? What's going on in Dubai?
Dubai is like there's like become like the next big hub of like crypto adoption.
Oh, really? Do they have
Hmm.
some tax incentives that are
I
going on there?
believe so. Yeah, there's like been a couple articles on it.
Okay.
But yeah, so lots of stuff going on in the Middle East right now. But yeah, hopefully soon. Like I already got booked some plane tickets already for Miami next month in May.
Oh, in May,
So
you guys are going to Sarasota, right? To look at some properties, or is that already
yes, we are. Yeah, so we're gonna meet Ben down there on the 21st to the 28th.
of May?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's my
Check out some
next trip.
spots. Yeah, it's um, or very. I'll probably wait until maybe the second half of this segment, but to talk more about what Crypto World is doing. But yeah, it's super cool that we're doing things here. It took us like 7 months to really figure out the direction Crypto World was going to take,
Hmm.
and which I figured, right, 6 months to a year,
Yeah,
is
still
really the
being
time
built.
frame with any business, especially this type of business, because nobody has done it yet. We are writing the book or the recipe on how to
Exactly.
perfect the brick and mortar store. So it's been very exciting. With any business, it's like it can be it can be really scary, right? Especially when you try things that just doesn't work out.
Hmm.
Initially, when we, probably in December, November, December, we were selling video cards
Yep.
to folks that wanted them, and we initially thought that would be a hot thing, but later found out that people don't want to buy individual parts. They want something that's already pre-built, ready to go, plug and play,
Yep,
and
and you had a couple of those. We did a short video on the channel.
yeah, yeah. So we started now focusing on the rigs, and now we're going through rigs like faster than we can keep them. We had somebody today, or yeah, today that we visited a site. They're trying to put 15 rigs in their barn, right? So
Hmm.
um, so that was pretty cool. Just having to talk to the gentleman that's very very focused on doing this, and also they want to put some ASICs, in their barn. But yeah, I mean the excitedness of people in this space, it's growing leaps and bounds,
Hmm.
and we're still pretty early, right? It's even though it's 14 years old, we're
Yep.
still very early to it, and it's going to be interesting like 5 years down the road when we look back
Oh
and
my gosh, I know.
we're like, remember Paul? We were doing this radio show,
I know, right? It's like
and
now we got like a
nobody
radio
listened to the
show.
show except for 10 people, and
It's growing. More people
yeah,
are
and
watching.
then like it's yeah. Now people can't get enough of it. They want information. They want to know what picks. But yeah, it's earlier today too. I went and visited um, an office building that the gentleman's trying to do like a crypto co-working space, right? So
Hmm.
be a co-working space for anybody that's in the crypto space. So whatever industry you're in, as long as it's crypto related, he wants you to come in his
Just hang
space.
out.
So it's pretty cool. He even asked if we would be interested in the corporate location being at his space. So So one day, that's something that we'll probably end up doing as we open more locations. But yeah, I mean, a lot of great ideas out there. Um, there's, whether you want to invest in crypto, or you want to start your own store or start your own token, or I mean,
Yep.
there's so much opportunity, and I think Bitcoin Ben talks about it all the time. If you're not making money in crypto, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like
But
you gotta educate yourself first.
yeah, yeah, Bitcoin Ben, man, he's a marketing genius. When I was in Miami, um, first of all, he hates to fly, so
Oh yeah, he drives
he drive.
everywhere.
If he had to be in New York and he was in LA, he would drive, right? Like
Yep.
that's crazy.
Make one pit stop and make it there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't
I
do
guess being
that.
ex-truck driver, it's okay for him. But anyways, he in his Bitcoin Ben mobile,
Yep.
whatever you call it,
That awesome van.
the van, yeah, with the Bitcoin Ben logo and the QR code. Um, when I was in Miami, he tipped the valet guy like $400 to park his van
Oh, that
right
man
in
is
front,
generous.
so everybody could see it. So,
Yeah.
but from that, he said about 60 people that scanned the QR code and signed up for his Patreon page.
Really?
So, and even if they're paying his minimum $5 a month, that's $300 per
Yep.
month, right? And he put in $400, so in less than 2 months he's break even.
I know, right?
So,
When you
but
get
anyways,
you run a van.
we got to take a short break. We'll get back on here, and after this commercial break.
Yes, we will.
Did you know that you can sit down one-on-one with me or one of our other experts here at Crypto World? We can help you open up your first wallet, roll over your retirement into crypto, move large amounts of crypto safely, give you advice on how and what to mine, and more. If you could use expert guidance along your crypto journey, we are here to help. Visit our website to schedule your consultation today. And we're back. So, part two. It's Crypto Sherpa and JWadecrypto in the house.
We back.
So brand
Nice
new
name, Jeff. J Wade.
JWadecrypto. But for the folks that are listening out there, thanks for tuning in. We're also going to be on YouTube, and if you want to get a hold of us, visit us at shopcryptoworld.com. We're all over YouTube. We're all over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just all over, trying to get the word out what we're doing here at Crypto World. But yeah, I mean, exciting times. I know. What was the last thing we were talking about before break?
We were talking about Ben's marketing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
van.
Yeah, the marketing van. It reminds me of like Scooby Doo, right? That van with a QR
Yep.
code.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, Bitcoin Ben, where are you? So, but we should have a song for him, right? But
Yeah.
we probably need one here too. I told Jonas that, hey, when we get funded on our WeFunder, we'll buy a van and completely get it wrapped in the Crypto World logo, similar to Bitcoin Ben.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely. How's our WeFunder going, by the way?
well, finally, we're finally going back and putting focus on there. We have somebody that I talked to just yesterday, because our goal is to hit 50K, this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why 50K is that magic number is it's because once we hit 50K, then WeFunder emails all their subscribers that have invested in different projects, and they have an email list of 1.1 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
good.
yeah, and being that we are the first brick and mortar retail store doing what we're doing, I think we calculated that if 1% of the 1.1 million people see this project and put $100 into this project,
Mm-hmm.
we'd raise over $1 million, which is pretty cool, because with $1 million, we can do a lot. We can open up more locations, get the staking node going, get the the hosting solution going.
Yep.
So hire more employees, maybe pay Crypto
Jonas.
Sherpa to do the things that he does best. So yeah, we're excited about that. But somebody came to the plate and said, you know what, whatever the difference is on Tuesday after our crypto over coffee, they're going to put in the difference to help
Really?
to get us to our 50K. So that's exciting. I'm interested to see just from that campaign on WeFunder alone how that goes. But
Mm-hmm.
even if we raise, $200,000, $300,000, right? I think it's still a win.
Yeah.
Our goal is to get close to $2 million. But if we raise 200,000, I'd still be happy because
I
that
can still get
allows
a
us
lot done. Yeah.
to hire more people, hire somebody that focuses on mining,
Mm-hmm.
sales, maybe that's somebody that focuses on the events, right? Um,
Oh yeah.
so excited about that, um, and also our nonprofit is live and going. We actually I went to the Bitcoin conference, and one of the vendors out there donated to our foundation a immersion tank.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Where now we're going to be able to display S19 miners in the front
In
with
the machine.
with two machines in a tank that's immersed in this liquid coolant.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I
So
saw photos of that. Did you post that on Twitter, or was that during our Cryptos Over Coffee event? I think you were showing more photos of Miami.
well, I don't know. I
I know, right?
probably
It's like
I
there's
don't
more
know.
of
I like to show a lot of photos and videos. So,
those.
but yeah. So I talked to the owners of Engineering Fluids. They're going to donate one of those things to us. So we're excited to get that going. It's something that I've been trying to get for since we opened up the store, but they been difficult to get a hold, and I'm glad going to Bitcoin 22 that I was able to talk to the owner's wife. You never talk to the owner, you talk to the wife.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's how you do
Yeah,
it.
because they're
They're
the
true
ones, right?
bosses.
That even though that they're not the owners, they're the ones that really make the decisions because that's how
Yeah.
it works in my household. but but yeah, it was exciting. We're rolling out that project to raise money for the foundation. Um, it was kind of it's funny how things work out. I was in deep down south in Missouri helping somebody with their mining project. It's a small operation that they were doing, and they're doing it in their barn, right?
Hmm.
Um, and they had solar. But anyways, their other business partner was there also. But the business partner, um, he is somebody that's really high up with worldwide technology, and um, so I don't know how familiar you are with worldwide technology in California, but here in the St. Louis area, they're a pretty big company.
Hmm.
But anyways, I was telling this gentleman about our nonprofit and one of the very first projects to, um, you know, buy homes in the inner city and build them up, and also put Bitcoin miners in the homes or in a 20-foot container for
Hmm.
all the homes. So I was kind of giving him the breakdown of what our plans were and how we were going to use the Bitcoin mining revenue to be able to not only generate revenue for the foundation, but also have the families have a portion of it so they can be bankable,
Yeah.
because there are 4 to 5 million people in the U.S. that are not bankable, and for many reasons, right? Banks don't want
Hmm.
to be in the inner cities. The lack of education with how credit score works,
Yep.
the lack of education on basic finance. I mean, there's
Hmm.
many different things, and I don't blame it all 100% on banks, but they're probably only about 80% of the problem. No.
Hmm. I know, right? But we're
But
seeing a big
anyways,
change now, though, with that happening. Like they're kind of people are skipping the banking system. It's like now just going straight into cryptos because everyone has a phone. So it's like, okay, I won't be my own bank now if the bank didn't want me, or they just
yeah,
don't have the
no,
education on it.
absolutely. If we can get people educated on crypto, basic finance, credit score, just just the fundamentals that we all take for granted. I think it's key because the weapon to be able to change America is education, right? So
Hmm.
if we can educate students, politicians, the inner city, and even if out of the 20 people or 20 homes, so our goal is to be able to um, have 20 families live in the homes that we purchase and we rehab and we fix up.
Hmm.
20 families then would live in a home rent free. But in order for them to stay in the home rent free, they have to learn about the basics of crypto. They have to
Yep.
learn about blockchain technology. They have to learn about basic finance. They have to work on
Hmm.
their credit. They have to keep the home clean. They have to stay off drugs.
Yeah. So it's
Um,
qualifications to be able to
yeah,
have these, but
yeah,
we're trying to help people as best as we can.
absolutely. So after 5 years, if they're able to follow the guidelines set by the foundation, then what we do is we give them the keys to the home. So home ownership now becomes, realistic. It's something that's, in the inner cities, it's they don't they're just fighting for survival, right? So even
Hmm.
dreaming about owning their own home isn't even a possibility. So if we can do that to people, to families, and I was talking to somebody that basically said, "Oh, that's not going to work. You're only going to change maybe three lives or three families." And I said, "You know what? Okay, let's just say it's only two or three families. What if
Hmm.
you know one of those families becomes a politician, right? Or goes to
Hmm.
college and becomes a business owner, and or who knows, becomes the next governor,
You,
president,
you never
so
know. Every life
yeah,
is
you
precious.
just never know. If you can change the lives of one, two, or three people out of 20, that's
It's
at
a
least
win.
one or two or three people or families of generations that will now change because they're gonna educate their kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um, and am I going to sit here and say it's going to be 100% foolproof and 100% going to work? No, but the current system or the current way we're doing things isn't working.
Yeah.
Um, so why not having the Bitcoin miners be an incentive, the home to be an incentive, which the miners are basically, if we look at a stock to flow model of Bitcoin in the next 5 years, I don't know about you, but I predict Bitcoin will be $1 million plus per coin. And also,
Yep.
the stock to flow model has the same prediction, and it's been probably about 90 to 95% accurate along the way. Does it predict Bitcoin to be closer to 100,000 right now? Yes, it does, but
Hmm.
I believe Bitcoin will get to 100,000 by the end of this year.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, we calculated the stock to flow model on this. In 5 years, each home will generate roughly about $860,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Hmm.
And
That's what it's saying. I'm looking at the chart right now. Yep, about like in 5, 10, no, technically 3 years, like we could be at the $1 million Bitcoin.
yeah, yeah. So if we take the stock to flow model and take 50, we'll just take 50% of that instead of
Hmm.
860, $430,000. That will be able to be mined from those four miners on each home. Um, that's going to be what, $8 million that goes back to the foundation.
Hmm.
That's being used from Bitcoin miners.
Yeah.
So that's and so the plan is to be able to give 50% of it back to the foundation so it can be used to do good work, and to recreate this whole system and this whole process, and also take 25% of what's mined and put in a fund. I don't know how familiar you are with like an Abra fund, With Abra, you basically give them
Mhm.
your Bitcoins and they hold it, but you can only take 10% of it annually per year. So it
Okay.
has some limitations, some control limitations. So you don't just go in there and just like take everything because you feel like the market's going to crash, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, so it keeps you from emotionally selling your Bitcoins.
Yep.
So we would do something like that for the families where they can
Oh,
only get
cool.
10% of it annually. So it gets them to be bankable. They're learning about basic finance. They're staying out of jail. They're staying out of
Hmm.
drugs.
Yep.
They're being they're working on their credit score. They're basically working on how to live as somebody that an individual without having to really worry about providing rent or mortgage every single month. But
Hmm.
that's the plan. Who knows? I'm sure along the way things are going to change. But if we can do this in St. Louis and then duplicate it, um, all over the U.S., I think we really have something where we're kind of utilizing, El Salvador, their idea on how they're taking this energy from mountains or
Hmm.
volcanoes. I'm sorry, and they're converting this energy into Bitcoin, which is uh, then paying for the taxes for the citizens of El Salvador.
Yep.
So we're kind of taking that concept, but adding a educational twist to it.
Hmm.
Um, but we're dangling like that carrot right at the end of
Yeah.
the dangle is a free home. The
Yep.
dangle is 25% of what's mined, and that's a pretty good dangle, right? So,
That is.
so but that's the plan for the foundation. We're probably gonna. What I was saying earlier today is I've met somebody from Worldwide Technology
Hmm.
that just loves our concept. He's a high end executive for them. Just loves the concept, and he wants the white paper. He wants to help us get this out. Talk to other companies like Boeing or maybe Edward Jones or
Oh,
some
that'd be
other
huge.
enterprise or other organizations that are already throwing money into nonprofit organizations that are probably not working right. So this
Hmm.
this at least once we get the initial funding, it's going to be after 5 years. It's going to be funding its own
It
projects.
will be. Yeah.
So you don't need to throw tax money right into the
Hmm.
project anymore. You don't need the government help. You don't need taxpayers having to
Yep.
complain about how much taxes they have to pay for things that they're not seeing any benefit from, right? So
Yep.
it's like me where I'm at. I pay school tax, but my kids go to a private school, but I'm paying for
You're
public school taxes, right? It's like, okay, well, and I don't mind doing it, as long as it's helping the kids, but it's not helping the kids, right? They're just
yeah.
using the money to work on projects that are not working. So,
Yep.
um, but that's the issue all over the U.S. And I think blockchain technology is going to solve a lot of those issues.
It
Um,
really is.
yeah, man. So I know I've talked most of the time. It's so funny because I always consider myself like an introvert, right?
I
Like
know it's funny, but like when you get on it, it's hard to shut you up.
yeah. Well, I think more of it like when you find a passion that you enjoy, um, it's just like now you become uh, s- when you find a passion, you take the time to research,
Hmm.
and you would never catch me 3 years ago going to a tax strategy seminar, right?
Yep.
Or going somewhere to a political event to raise awareness about Bitcoin, or calling um, congressional legislators and having them talk about or having them educated on crypto,
I
and
know. Crazy.
it's so interesting how life kind of leads you in a direction that you go, and
Hmm.
so many people they're searching for their passion, right? They want to do things that they like to do,
Yeah,
but they just can't
it will
take
come to
the risk,
them.
right? It's because
Yeah.
it's a risk reward type of thing.
Oh,
Uh,
I know they gotta break that habit, or it's like you gotta change your mindset because like
yeah,
most people's mindset is like, okay, go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, and then train your kids to do exactly what you did. But you kind of gotta like break that cycle. It's like,
yeah. Rich dad, poor dad, right? So
oh yeah, I
it's
love it. He
it's
speaks his.
it definitely and believe me, oh my gosh, I fail every day. I've failed 1,000 times, um, but even through failure, I'm still getting up every day and going
Mhm.
after what my goals are. And right
Yep.
now, my goals is to get Crypto World all over the U.S., all over the world, and
Hmm.
to get this foundation going where we're helping families and
Yep.
changing lives. So that's why I think I can keep talking and talking. I'm not like Bitcoin Ben. It's funny. It's kind of reversed. And whenever Ben and I talk on the radio,
He's always talking
yeah,
that
it's like a
way.
90-10 or 80-20, right?
Yeah.
He's like, Jeff, you got any more things to say? Oh, nope, nope. It's always like he's
I know.
interjecting. No, wait, before you say anything, I have to add this. And I'm
Yep.
just like,
That's a
all right,
so
Ben,
bad.
that's not. But we all love Ben, though. Everybody
Oh yeah.
loves what's that? Disney. Everybody loves Bruno. Everybody loves Ben.
Yep. Everyone loves Bruno. It's like we don't talk about
We
Bruno.
don't. Yeah, we don't talk about Ben. but but we haven't really talked about the news. Is there any other major news going on? I know.
I didn't cover
For a while now,
today.
Elon
No.
Musk has been all over the news about trying to acquire Twitter, so that's pretty cool.
Yep, that's musky for you. Trying to
Yeah,
acquire. He was
yeah,
just playing with the SEC and everyone. It was a fun week listening to that.
yeah. I think that also his stock option kicked in, right? What, $22 billion or something like that he got to for being CEO.
Hmm.
I was kind of curious what Elon Musk, what his how much of Tesla he owns. And while we were driving today, I had Jonas, uh, Google it, but he owns like 23%, I think, of Tesla, um, which is pretty interesting. I thought he was like maybe 51% owner at least, but I guess when you go IPO and you get diluted so much, right,
Yep.
then it goes much further down. So I gotta think about that whenever we become a $1 trillion company.
Oh, I know, right? Which will happen with the way
Yeah,
we're going. We're building it. It's going to happen. Like, there's people
yeah,
around here are always interested too. Like when I was at that meetup yesterday, it's like, yeah, well, like you had to introduce yourself. It's like, hey, I'm Crypto Sherpa. I'm a YouTuber. I'm also with CryptoWorks. I was rocking one of these shirts.
nice. We'll have to send you some more shirts.
I know I need a couple. I've been cycling through four. It's like, okay, I need some more routine.
Yeah, yeah. You have to get these. I don't know if you got any of the gray ones, but they feel a lot better.
That is this one. This is the soft gray one. Yeah.
That's
I
a
wear
gray
the.
one, or it looks like a black one that
I
you
know it
wear.
looks black, but this is the soft gray one.
It is okay. That's cool. But yeah, I mean it's definitely. I think with Crypto World, we definitely have something here, um, and it's like I said, it's only like 6-7 months old, but definitely it's
So
something
early.
that we have an opportunity to be a part of something, right? And that's the main reason why I did the WeFunder, is because um, I was telling somebody earlier today, I want to see uh, a lot of folks um, generate wealth from Crypto World,
Hmm.
even if they're putting in 100,000 to 5,000 to $10,000. Once we go IPO in 4 or 5 years,
Yep.
um,
And that's going to come fast.
they could change lives, right? I mean, we're a value. I think the valuation is uh, it's going to be on the Series A raise. So if the valuation is $20 million, and then on IPO we get evaluated, $5 billion.
Yep.
That's I can't even count how many X's
Yeah.
times that would be, right?
I
But
know.
we are definitely very excited. For the folks that have never been to Crypto World, you can go to shopcryptoworld.com. It's an easy way to get to our website. We have our WeFunder on the website there that will take you to our campaign. You can also sign up for classes. We do a lot of classes. And one thing that I failed to mention is, we do consultation here at the store. We're actually working with, remember that guy who lost $700,000?
Oh yeah.
That story that I keep telling about.
Yep.
I'm not going to say his name because he would be too embarrassed. But we've been kind of just, texting back and forth about his situation. It hasn't really changed. Well, there's my brother-in-law, well, no, my cousin's, let me go back. My wife's cousin's brother had a similar incident where he lost, I think, like $40,000, but he was able to recover 60% of it by doing his own work into investigating the transaction, where it went, what exchange. He created a report and also sent it to the police, and the police sent that report to the exchange. They froze the account, and the guy that had the assets in there was begging to have the assets unfrozen. So that person agreed to give back, like $20,000, as long as both parties agreed that they would unfreeze his wallet on the exchange. But long story short, he knows the process, right? So he actually researched this guy who lost the 700K, researched the wallet and all the transaction, and is able to find where all the funds are, because the account stayed dormant for like 3 months because the guy apparently was waiting and hoping that after 3 months nobody would track it. But after it lay dormant, I think sometime this month in April, he tried moving it to an exchange. So now we're going through the same process that I talked to you.
Yeah.
But this guy offered to give us 50% of whatever we are able to recover. And for him, he could have paid $150 the first time, and this problem would have never happened, because we offer a service to be able to sit with you. We can consult you on how to do things properly without getting scammed. But this guy thought that was too expensive, and now he's willing to give us $350,000 to be able to cover his funds, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it happens more than you know it. The one
Exactly. Like picture yesterday when I sent you that text, "Hey Jeff, I think someone's pretending to be you on Instagram."
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know I was that popular yet. So.
Right, but it was like leading you to a trading bot website, which potentially be a phishing scam. So it's like you got to be aware out there, and like that's what we're here for, to like help educate and show what the risks are, so that way you don't fall for these scammers out there.
Well, one key thing that we had somebody else lose $5 million. That somebody called us yesterday.
Oh my gosh!
$1 million of their money, $4 million of her parents' money, and the one thing with all these people is that they gave away their keys.
Seed phrase. No. Rule 1: never give away your seed phrase.
They gave away their seed phrase to some random people they don't even know. And one person pretended to be like a customer service rep for an exchange, right? Another person pretended like they were trying to help them, right? They offered to help them to convert the 700K to Ethereum. So it's so wild, the crazy stories that are out there. But we do consulting. It's $150. Or if you lose, or if you get hacked or something happens, we'll take a look at it. But if we recover anything, we take half. So learn from these folks. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, but anyways, we are out of time. Thank you, Crypto Sherpa, for coming on. Like I said, we'll be back Saturday of next week. Check us out, shopcryptoworld.com, and we'll see you guys again.